In the centre of Birmingham, near Centenary Square, stands one of the city's great civic buildings. Opened in 1933, it was built as the head office of the Birmingham Municipal Bank, a unique financial institution owned not by private shareholders, but by the city itself. The idea emerged during the First World War, when booming industry and rising wages coincided with a national drive to encourage saving. Neville Chamberlain, then Lord Mayor of Birmingham, saw an opportunity, a bank run by the city, designed to help ordinary people save, prosper, and secure their future. And so, in 1916, the Birmingham Corporation Savings Bank opened as a temporary wartime measure. The response was extraordinary. By 1919, it became permanent, and the Birmingham Municipal Bank was born.
Birmingham Municipal Bank was set up by the council for the people. The people that used our bank would not go into Lloyd's or some of the other banks. They were working class people just trying to save a little bit of money. You used to get the same people coming in every week. So you'd see and you get a bit of a relationship with that person. You got to know whether people were all right. People that were, in financial difficulties and that. You could have got somebody to talk to and could be helped.
The municipal bank was part of everyday life in Birmingham. Hundreds of thousands of people held accounts there, and its branches stretched across the city and beyond.
The key thing was pennies were welcome. So you could come in and literally save a penny. That wouldn't have been the case with some of the other banks. They started to establish branches across the city, as many as they could, to try and make it as accessible as possible, and also bring in convenient times. So late night opening on a Saturday, so that actual working people could go to the bank at a time after work to deposit their savings.
The bank's reach was local, but its presence was huge. A familiar institution that people knew, used and trusted, often for generations.
It was a great thing. It was the community bank, the people's bank, if you like, and it helped people borrow and finance houses. It was a really excellent community-focused organisation, based here, obviously in the city centre, but they had branches all over. It was like a West Midlands, or certainly a Birmingham Black Country institution, in my opinion.
The bank also carried a strong civic message. Its posters, passbooks and branch counters all encouraged the habit of thrift. And when the new head office opened on Broad Street, that message was written into the building itself. Yet beneath the banking hall was another side to the bank's story. Known as the vaults, this strong room contained thousands of safe deposit boxes.
Customers would come into the branch and they would have an appointment to go down into the safe deposit. Occasionally I was allowed to go down with them. So you would escort them down and they'd have their key, and Mr. Monk would have the key, and he'd open the box and they'd be able to have a look and see what was inside. We had the police come and raid it. There was rifles and everything down there. And the jewellery, certainly the Indian jewellery, was stunning, absolutely beautiful. So the ladies would come in, get their jewellery out, put it on, go home, come back the next day and bring it back in. And it's some of the most beautiful jewellery I've ever seen.
Women were buying gold for the assets, and they needed that gold because that was some sort of rather than putting money in the bank onto your account, they were investing in gold because that's how they've always been brought up. From my knowledge, this is how we were brought up, thinking that gold is your asset, and if you ever need it, gold is worth more than what you got in your account, and it's safe and you can come in between the banking time. But they called it the gold bank. If I couldn't make it in the day, I used to bring the children on the bus if we had to take out gold or put back, the gold that we had taken out for weddings and parties and whatever.
Behind the counters, the municipal bank had a life of its own. For staff, it was more than just a workplace. It was a long-standing institution with its own culture, routines, and social life. Perhaps unsurprisingly, many relationships began to blossom. When David Parks joined as a junior clerk, aged 18, he met his future wife Jeanette on his very first day. Over time, the bank gained something of a reputation for matchmaking.
A B&B was also known as the Bank Marriage Bureau. There were lots and lots of couples who met their spouses working for the bank. I think part of that was, part of it was due to the social aspects, but also the fact that on Monday to Thursday we finished at 3:30, so what else have you got to do? Go and look for your spouse.
The scale of the bank's ambition can still be seen in its former head office in central Birmingham. Marble, stained glass, inscriptions and classical architecture all conveyed a sense of permanence and trust. That same confidence was echoed in branches across the region, buildings which not only served their customers, but left a lasting impression.
Well, I lived with my gran Monday to Friday because Mum and Dad worked in the factory, and she encouraged me to save my pocket money. Sometimes she'd let me spend some of my pocket money, but I remember her making me put the money in this heavy box, and she'd polish it, and we used to take it to the bank and they'd count it out over the counter. I used to love to go to the bank, all the polished furniture. And being tiny, I used to try and look over the top when they emptied the box and watch all the money fall on the counter. My gran would lift me up, and it just felt like paradise, the marble walls and everything. So I used to love to go to the bank. And she used to say, not until it's full, not until it's full. So then I would try and put a lot more into to go to the bank. And I used to think it was a palace. And I remember saying to my gran, is it Buckingham Palace? And she'd say no, but I would tell my friends I'd been to Buckingham Palace.
For decades, the municipal bank remained one of Birmingham's greatest institutions. But slowly, the world around it changed. In 1976, it became Birmingham TSB, bringing an end to its life as a municipal bank. The head office continued in banking use for a time, but the building was finally vacated in 1998. Left empty for almost 2 decades, it was occasionally reopened for tours, creative projects and filming. Beginning a new chapter in 2018, the University of Birmingham took on the Grade 2 listed building, carefully refurbishing it as the university's city centre home. Reopened as the Exchange, the building now houses a cafe, offices and exhibition spaces, with events, exhibitions and guided tours once again welcoming the public inside.
One of the things that makes me proud about the refurbishment project that we've done is the care that we took of the building, because it is part of the city's heritage, and we at the university are only custodians of the building for the city and for the people of the city. There were lots of original features in the building that talked about the importance of the city, the importance of saving, that we wanted to keep. And of course, one of the things that we wanted to do was to open up the vaults and let people see that space that was always closed off a little bit, but is a place that we can open up and let members of the public come. Sometimes on my way to work, I can stop off here and buy a coffee and see people enjoying the space, something that we've been able to give back to the city.
The Birmingham Municipal Bank began with a practical idea that ordinary people should have a safe and trusted place to save. Although the bank has long since closed, it has not entirely disappeared into memory. This historic building has been given a renewed sense of purpose by the university, once again welcoming the people of Birmingham into spaces created for their benefit.